What's going on, baby birds? Today we're doing 5-5, solving rational equations and inequalities. You're going to find out, and you already know from Algebra 1, we've already solved rational equations back in the day, and we're really going to focus on the equations today. So you know some tricks as far as solving some multi-step equations. When you have fractions, you can multiply everything in that equation by the lowest common denominator, and it'll clear out those fractions. So if you look at this first example, we have x plus 8 over x equals 6. We can multiply everything by the common denominator, and there is only one denominator, and it's x. And that'll clear the fractions. So if we were to do that, we're really going to have x times the x. Then we're going to have the 8 over x times x equals 6 times x. Let me scooch myself out of the way here. I'm always in the way. All right. Oh yeah, I suppose I could just scooch that over. Okay, I guess I'll write all over the place. That's going to be a fun part of the video to watch. Psych. All right. Look, we're running a professional show here, man. Come on. Now here's the deal. We're multiplying by the x, so this 8 over x times x, the x and the x are going to cancel out. So you're just left with 8 there. So we're going to have x squared plus 8 equals 6x. Now, I'm not going to show that step in the future. If you're multiplying by the same thing that's in the denominator, it's just going to cancel out. So anytime that happens, we're going to just skip that step of writing. So I see we got x squared, which means this is probably going to be one where we have to solve by factoring or with the quadratic formula. So I'm going to move this 6x to the other side of the equation by subtracting it. So we'll have x squared minus 6x plus 8 equals 0. Now that will factor to x minus 4 times x minus 2. And if it says x minus 4, that means x equals 4. If it says x minus 2, that means x equals 2. Now you're going to want to make sure that neither one of these will give you an extraneous solution. Would either one of those give you a denominator of 0? No, they wouldn't. So you could solve them, you could plug them both back in, substitute them into the original equation. They'll both work out. You really need to worry about the denominators, because if either of those gave the denominator a 0, then it wouldn't be part of the solution. So let's try another one. Now this has 2 different denominators that we got to mess with. So we're going to multiply everything by the least common denominator that we can get, the lowest common denominator. It's got to have a 3 and it's got to have an x. So we're going to multiply everything by 3x. Now we can do 3x times 10 and get 30x and then divide by 3. And that will give us 10x. But really, here's what I'm going to tell you. We're clearing the denominators. They're going away. So just multiply the numerators by what's missing. They both have the 3. Those are going to cancel out. So we really just need to multiply the 10 with the x. 10 times x is 10x. Look at the 4. The denominator has the x. So we don't need to multiply that. That's going to cancel out. So we just need to multiply it by 3 up top. 3 times 4 is 12. Or you can do 3x times 4 is 12x, and then divided by x would just be 12. And then the last one, 2, there is no denominator, so we're going to multiply 3x times 2, which is 6x. We're going to solve this the rest of the way. I may run out of time here. We'll subtract the 6x, 4x equals 12, divided by 4, and x equals 3. It would not give you a denominator of 0, so you're all good.